the front of this is just one of literally thousands of predatory accounts created to harass me. Facebook, YouTube, people who apparently don't have real names. And they want to harass me and threaten me. Meanwhile, I wouldn't have to go public. You guys pretend that I deserve the abuse because I speak up publicly. I only speak up publicly because I can't get the police to listen or mental health to listen. I can't even get my own friends and family to listen because they don't fucking care. They're all selfish. No matter what, you've got a built-in fucking excuse. When you don't get your way, you go to your friends and family and they fucking back you up, don't they? They help you out, don't they? Those of you who want to look down on those of us who don't have real friends or family, who have to deal with real sexism. Women don't have to deal with real sexism like this. If I just say, that girl raped me, nobody's gonna fucking care. There are people who will get on and say, hey, here's a quarter, go call someone who gives a fuck. Let's say you're in a subservient situation as an at-risk adult, be you male or female. Let's say that your dad rapes you every day. Oh, well, let's take that away, all right? Let's say your dad rapes you once a month. And you live in one of them towns in Tennessee where, as a homeless woman, you are likely being raped on average 5 times a month. Now, if you stay with your dad and you try telling about the abuse and you need help stopping it, you're going to end up homeless, aren't you? And you might get raped 5 times a month instead of just 1. What about all other heinous crimes committed against the homeless and the disabled and men? We selectively ignore that, don't we? But then we also force boys and men into an unwinnable situation, an untenable situation, a situation where they will never have any rights. And then we pretend that they're the ones that hold all the cards. No, they don't. When, as a disabled and at-risk adult, you have to live with roommates who are drug addicts and drug salesmen who abuse their autistic son, and they know that you're autistic too. And you have to stay with someone like that to go to a service that's supposed to help out at-risk and disabled adults who are being abused. How many times have I have to move for these services that don't fucking exist? All they care about is the housing thing, and when I was in housing, they fucking ignored me. I didn't fucking exist. They didn't call back for 6 fucking months. Hold up a second. I am popping a boil on my backside that has been there since 2018. God damn, that's nasty. Anyway, let's get back to the fucking story, right? No matter how much abuse I take, I'm told that it's my fault because I'm a dude. No matter how many people harm me, I'm told it's not illegal, but if I just threaten to do any of those things back, apparently that's illegal. I'm told that I have to have evidence in order to turn in these criminals. And I do have evidence that they refuse to look at. They go out of their way to take advantage of our disabilities out here. And I need one of these people who wants to talk over me and keep telling me to do stuff. How about you stop making suggestions and listen? Find out what I'm able to do before telling me to do things. Understand why things are the way that they are. Try to understand why I can't do the things that you want me to do. We're not doing any of the things that I need. We just spend all of my resources and my time doing what you want me to do. No matter what you say you're going to do, unless you take the time to find out what someone is capable of doing, which requires you not trying to fucking give somebody a quick fix or a pretty goddamn meme for real goddamn problems. None of your pretty memes stop the fucking assaults. None of your fucking sexism stops the assaults. None of your blowing it off until next week does a goddamn thing. See, I needed my friends and family to fucking help me because I was being harmed by a lot of people, and I still am. When I say fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it, like, seriously, stop blowing me off because I'm a dude, alright? I'm not coming to you for fucking sympathy. I'm coming to you for help stopping abuse because I can't do it myself. And instead of repeatedly trying to bully me into doing something that I am incapable of, for reasons that you're not willing to hear because you keep telling me to do things. Do this, do that. You find out if I'm capable. Do you let me explain? No. Halfway into me telling the first sentence, you're gonna interrupt me to start telling me another fucking story and telling me what to do, think, and feel again. Men and women are taught to be incredibly horrible to men. You know what talking over the victim results in? You having no idea what the fuck is going on. You having no idea what the fuck they have to go through. See, no matter how many promises you make, you have to be able to first. And blow somebody off until tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Eventually, that person is going to get tired of being blown off and just kill themselves. That's what's going to happen. When men are abused and we try to get help, you ignore us until we fucking kill ourselves. That's what you do. And the people that you're most likely to do this to are homeless men, disabled men. The fact is, it is primarily men that you do this to. Now, as far as these things happening to women, I'm not going to pretend these things don't happen to women at all. What I'm saying is that these things aren't nearly as horrible for a woman. False accusations kill people. But even if a woman's guilty, she gets less than a slap on the wrist. There was a teacher here in Tillamook who had sex with a 14-year-old student. She got 6 hours locked up. 6 hours. I'm about to be. I'm in here with pleasant people that don't. I'm okay. How'd I get it? You got it rung up? All right. Cool. Down a quarter.
Oh.
They don't want to understand. It's gotten to the point that literally the only thing that's actually a crime is sexual assault. And only if it's not committed against a man, and only if it's a man who committed the crime. For all these female teachers getting busted right now, do you think that they just magically started being that pervy? Do you think magically just overnight that there were 47 teachers decided they were going to have sex with their students? No. Nearly impossible to get anyone to even listen when it's a female perpetrator. Which tells us that there are a lot more perpetrators than just 47 of them. Now, any accusation against a male is taken seriously, very seriously. And despite that, we've had 4 male educators arrested for having sex with students this year, and we've had 47 female teachers arrested for having sex with students. That's almost a 12-to-1 ratio of female teachers being sexual predators. That's right. This year, female educators have been sexually predatory at a 12-to-1 ratio over their male counterparts. You cannot tell me that men are all rapists and women are all victims when we have a ratio like that. Now, among all professions in the United States, what profession has the highest likelihood of methamphetamine use? Female nurses. That's right. Female nurses, among every occupation, female nurses used the most methamphetamines. Imagine that. 59% of children who were killed by their parents were killed by the mother. That's pretty significant. Women beat their children at a 5-to-1 ratio over their, of course, fathers as the counterparts. 5-to-1. Is that insignificant? Women are 11 times more likely to be stalkers than men. Women are over 20 times more likely to get others involved in their stalking. And it's not just stalking. See, when a woman does that, it's not just to creep you out or weird you out. She wants people to hurt you. We're damned if we do, damned if we don't. Well, we teach men that no means no. We teach women that no only means no if a woman says it. If a man says no, it means abuse him. If a man says no, it means do it again. If a man says no, it means not only don't take no for an answer, but make his life a living hell until he says yes. Are you fucking kidding me? Women complain that they don't get paid as much as men, but men work on average 7 hours more per week of overtime. That's pretty fucking significant. How many hours is that in a year? A lot. Before you say you don't need a man, can you change your tire? Can you change your oil? Never mind the rest of it. Can you do those two basics right there? Can you change a tire? Can you change your oil? Now, I'm not saying that there aren't women out there that can do it. What I'm saying is that their numbers are not significant enough that if you got rid of all men today, that you'd be fine and so would be your car. The fact is, we're teaching a lot of little girls that they're princesses. We're not teaching any of them useful skills. Except, guess what? Manipulating men is a very useful skill. A very useful skill. A lot of the people that I'm angry at didn't think they did anything wrong. Or at least that's what they pretended. The moment someone starts playing ignorant, well, you can be rest assured that the next thing they're going to do is play victim. So if someone starts playing ignorant or stupid, that is when you need to leave. You don't leave when they start playing victim. You leave before that. As soon as they start playing stupid, you leave. Because if you push any further, yeah, they're going to play victim. So you disengage the friendship first. You leave the situation. That's the intelligent thing to do. A lot of people have told me that they're my friend, people that I don't hardly know, and I've only ever seen them at work, you know. They've never taken time afterwards. We don't hang out. They just know that I'm pleasant. A lot of people know me as being nice. Well, that's because they don't fuck with me. They don't give me any troubles. They don't lie to me and cheat from me and steal from me and make empty fucking promises that they never come through with. You notice that there's lots of people that I don't go running around calling child molesters. You notice there's a lot of people who did really horrible things to me that I didn't run around calling child molesters or rapists or claiming that they beat on me. That's because as a man, this is not our go-to. As a woman, if you do something wrong, this is your go-to. If someone does something wrong to you, that shit's understandable. But if someone didn't do wrong shit to you, you're still going to play it off because it's understandable. Now, like I said before, an at-risk and disabled adult needs the same help that your daughter would need if she was gang raped. She needs you to go in with her so she's taken seriously. So they don't pretend that she was just a little hoe who let some dudes run a train on her. Before you say, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I'm a man and I could never possibly understand, oh no, I've been raped. You think it's bad for you? Try coming forward as a male who's been raped. You're immediately demasculated. And most of you women, once you know that a man has been raped, you're not going to date him. You don't care if that shit happened all the way back when he was a child. He is permanently demasculated in your mind because he's been fucked up the ass. Meanwhile, these very same women will date a man who's bisexual. Go figure. It's somehow more shameful. It's more shameful to get fucked up the ass if you didn't choose it. It's more shameful for a man who's been raped than all of this homosexual hatred that we bring a lot of attention to. If a man has sex with another man, you're offended by that, aren't you? I don't fucking care, as long as it's consensual. But when it's not consensual, that's where the problem lies. Men get to see how men who come forward are treated. You're a man, you need to just shut up and keep it to yourself. That's how we are treated when we're abused. And when we're an at-risk and disabled adult, we're abused a lot more. Now your husband, if he had to go through this shit, either A, you'd show that you don't give a shit about your husband and you just ditch him right away, or B, you would fucking fight tooth and nail for him. It all comes down to whether or not you care about your husband or if you care about public opinion. My friends would tell me things that they wouldn't tell the public or the police. Now, why didn't they? Because they were manipulating me. They wanted to hide their names. Now, did they get to keep their names hidden? No, they didn't. They fucking lied to me. And now it's posted up on YouTube that they fucking lied to me. The world changes when we make it change. Now let's go through the excuses that I've been given versus how you would treat your daughter if she was in any of these situations. And we're just going to pretend that they're all rape, because that's the only heinous crime that you're going to pay attention to. The reason you're only going to pay attention to that one is because it's the only one that women, and as we've gotten to see, this is probably not fucking true. It's probably a bunch of wives' tales that we wanted to believe in the 1950s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, because the shit that Facebook released and Twitter released, holy shit, what do we have in all of these women's help places? It says you're supposed to trust and believe, you're supposed to listen, but you are supposed to believe the victim because false accusations are very rare. According to Facebook and Twitter, they're actually not. They're the rule rather than the exception. Women are far more likely to make false accusations when told no, especially since we made it so that there's absolutely nothing that a man is allowed to do to defend himself in that situation. A man can literally be incarcerated on false accusations, and people will literally go out of their way not to look at any of the evidence that she's a lying fucking cunt. Like Natalie Bollinger lying about being stalked to Virginia, and then lying again about being stalked to Colorado. I went to Virginia because she was going to kill herself if I fucking didn't. She followed me to Colorado. But you don't want to fucking hear that, do you? Women are expected to give advice, and men are expected to fix it. When Jamie Curtis wanted to do the same thing that Natalie did, play victim, what are the chances that she was really that afraid of James Payton? She might have been. According to James Payton, they were dating. So she told me that she's afraid because she lives in the same town as James Payton. But I was to call her once a week. And Nova Wilmuth called her once a week too, to make sure she was safe, make sure she was alright. When she didn't call for over 2 weeks, didn't reply for over 2 weeks, didn't answer for over 2 weeks, after telling me that if anything happens to her, James did it, yeah, that was beginning of December of 2017. Just a couple weeks before Natalie got her brains blown out. Jamie wanted, that's when she finally got back a hold of me. She wanted me to fix it now. Well, I fix it now. What I knew is that I was hundreds of miles away with no way to keep the boy or Jamie safe. I had no money. I didn't have a functional vehicle. I was fucking stuck. So, if your daughter is raped, do you tell her a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush? Do you tell her that you promise that you'll help turn it in, but then every time there's always something that happens? You tell her, oh, I can't do it this weekend because my mom died. Do you tell her, oh, I can't do it this weekend, I've got a funeral to go to? Do you tell her, oh, we can take care of it next week sometime? Or, yeah, I'll help you soon. Well, how soon is soon? Soon to a woman? seems to me is infinite. There's no such thing as soon. If she doesn't give you a time and a date, she's blowing you off. And obviously, I don't mean a date as in boyfriend, girlfriend going out and smoochy smoozing over dinner. I'm saying if you say that you're going to help someone, if they're your friend, if that woman does not say, for example, on Monday at 9 o'clock, she's blowing you off. It's going to be open-ended into a fucking eternity. The things that she claimed that she's going to help you turn in will eventually turn into, well, I don't understand why you don't just let it go. I don't understand why you don't just move on. I don't understand why you don't just move. These are all indications that she's being a sexist fucking cunt. That she doesn't give two fucks about you. Studies have shown that when a man does something wrong, he goes deep into remorse. There's only 5% of the male population that does not do that. Only 5% of the male population does not go into deep remorse when they do something wrong. These very same studies have also shown that women, when they do something wrong, they do feel remorse. But the way that they get over that remorse feeling is by going out and doing more wrong shit. They've also shown that women will encourage each other to do wrong shit to get over the wrong shit they're doing. When you've spent all of your money to pay the fucking rent, on dresses to go clubbing, on shopping therapy, and your husband says, hey, we don't have the money for rent now because you keep spending all of this money. Yeah, you slightly feel bad. Mostly you feel bad because he had to raise his voice at you. He got tired of you screaming at him and finally screamed at you back. Hey, we're fucking broke because of you. She's going to whine to her friends that she was yelled at. Is she going to say why? I'm sorry, ladies, but I spent over $1,500 on dresses just this week alone. There's no way in hell we're coming up with $3,900 to pay for our rent this month. No, that's not what she tells her friends. She says he fucking yelled at me. Well, why the fuck do you think he yelled at you? You're both about to end up homeless. Now, what do these studies show? That in a situation like that, your friends are going to encourage you to spend more of his money. If not, take every penny out of the account and go fucking partying with it. Oh, he's abusive to you. You deserve that money. You deserve to destroy his finances. Because chances are pretty good in these scenarios. Unless you are actually married, that it's his finances and his name on the bills. For a woman who lives like that, going from dick to dick to dick, that is not counted against her the same way as it's counted against a man. Because it is still socially acceptable to be a stay-at-home mom. And if you're a divorcee, all you have to say is, I was a stay-at-home mom. Meanwhile, it's still frowned upon for a man to be a stay-at-home dad. You have images of a fat, slovenly man wearing a wife-beater shirt with stains of fucking food that he expects you to cook for him as soon as you get off of work. Well, he tells you to shut up because he's busy playing video games. Holy hell, that's the only reprieve that he fucking gets from you. You're finally home. You can take some of the responsibility for your mutual children. But no, he finally gets a break after you get home. And he allows you a break. Cooks you dinner. Then, of course, you ask him how his day was. Right? He asks you how your day was. He's only allowed to speak a couple of sentences, if that. For the most part, you want him to pretend that it's fine, or he's being negative and trying to bring you down. Meanwhile, he'll sit there and listen to you talk about 4 hours worth of gossip that you heard at work. Holy shit, when did you have time to work? When your daughter is raped, do you tell her, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong state? When your daughter says, I was gang raped, do you say, I'm sorry, I'm not a lawyer? When your daughter calls you up and is distraught over the hell that she's going through, yeah, that's the help that disabled homeless men need. We have less rights than your daughter, and we're less likely to get heard than your daughter. We are 10 times, if not 100 times, more likely to be blown off. Treated like we are predators when we try to turn in our predators. Sent to somebody else. It is always someone else's job when you got a dick. See, here's how it works when you're a girl who's raped, or even pretends that you're raped. You go to almost any friend or family member, they're going to feel bad for you. They're going to want to do something about it. They're either going to want to beat the shit out of the dude, kill the dude, or turn him in. This is where you find out if he's guilty or not. If she's not willing to turn him in, he didn't do anything wrong. There's a reason she's not trying to turn him in. Just like these women who wanted to manipulate me by pretending that their children were threatened and their husbands were threatened and they were threatened. No. If that were actually true, you would be trying to turn in the son of a bitches, not hiding it, and then playing victim. When I posted up on the internet, I was treated like I was delusional and schizophrenic because these people kept on telling me people were threatening to kill their kids. Were they threatened? Or were these people just manipulating me? Well, statistics show they were just manipulating me. Their actions show that they were just manipulating me. The things that show that they were just manipulating me are well documented. Fucking A, people are stupid. I'm going to go panhandle up for another coffee. It's almost 4 o'clock. I got until until 6:30, I'd say, to try to come up with another $1. I'm going to get at it.